Welcome to Feed Your Body, Mind and Soul. If this is your first time here, I'm Vishwa and I host this show. Now, I love cooking and eating cuisines from all over the world because I believe that variety is the spice of life. Today we are going to make an authentic Thai green curry with tofu. Now, for me, I don't like seafood and I don't really love the smell too. So in Thai, they use a lot of seafood flavorings and seasonings. But what I have done in this recipe is I have replaced them with sort of vegetarian and vegan ingredients. And therefore, the recipe is suitable for everyone, irrespective of whether you're vegan or vegetarian. And there's a room for adding different kinds of vegetables too. Now, in terms of this recipe, I have to say it's really authentic because I learned this recipe from a friend who went a cookery class while she was holidaying in Thailand, and therefore I can guarantee you that it is authentic and it tastes absolutely amazing. And as usual in my pro tip, I will be talking about variety and how variety is important when it comes to how we eat. And also, can I remind you that if you like my content, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and it'll mean a lot to me. I'm also available on Facebook and Instagram, and I do post a lot of other things about lifestyle medicine on my Instagram account, and my ID is Feed Your Body, Mind and Soul channel. So do remember to follow me there as well. So let's get started now. Let's start by cutting our tofu into small cubes. I'm using pre-pressed fresh tofu that comes submerged in water, so it's pretty easy to handle. But if you're using long life ones, be gentle because they tend to crumble very easily. I'm going to roast the tofu in the oven as it's easy and less messy and no oil is needed. You also don't have to season the tofu because it's going to suck up all the flavors from the green curry when we add it later to it. Now, with this recipe, there's going to be like 4 steps. The first step is what we did now, which is roasting the tofu. The second step is preparing the green curry paste. And the third step is optional, which is making coconut cream and coconut milk. You can actually use store-bought varieties if you don't want to make your own. And the fourth step is the final step where we bring the curry together. Okay, so now the oven's been preheating at 180 degrees. So I'm going to place the tray with the tofu and bake for about 15-20 minutes. You can also shallow fry the tofu in a pan with a teaspoon of oil, but it can splatter a lot, so use a splatter guard to stop it from splashing all over the place. So let's make the green curry paste. For this, we need lots of herbs and spices. In Thai cuisine, one of the important herbs is lemongrass. It gives the green curry its classic taste. We need to slice the lemongrass into thin slices. We need about 2 tablespoons. Remember that lemongrass is really essential for this recipe. It's fine if you can't get hold of fresh lemongrass, just use the dried variety but use the same amount. I'm showing you how to make 5 portions of green curry paste so that the excess can be frozen. We need a 1/4 cup of garlic, which is roughly about 10 cloves of garlic. We also need a small piece of ginger, which is like when you chop into fine pieces, should make 1 teaspoon of ginger. Ideally, galangal would be better, which is the Thai version of ginger. But it doesn't really matter and doesn't alter the taste as far as I can tell. We need about 3 tablespoons of chopped shallots. If you don't have shallots, just use normal onions and that will do fine. I also have 1 coriander stem with leaves, and then I have 10 Thai hot chilies. I also have 5 jalapenos, but as you can see, my jalapenos are really big, so I'm only going to use 4 of them. You have to remove the seeds. The tip is to first take the top of the jalapeno and then cut it lengthwise into 2 halves and then scoop out the seeds. Now hang on, don't worry that there are so many chilies. The coconut cream and the milk that we are going to use in the curry will actually dampen the intensity of the chilies, so not to worry. I'm going to add all of the ingredients to the blender. You do need kaffir lime rind, but it's okay if you don't have kaffir lime rind. And I didn't have lime either. So what I did is I used lemon rind, about 1/2 teaspoon, and then added 2 kaffir lime leaves and it'll do fine. Now add 1/4 teaspoon of whole black peppercorns. Add 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder, and then a teaspoon of umami paste, which is the vegan version of the shrimp paste. If you can't find umami paste, just use red miso paste or simply boil mushrooms and yellow radish and make a paste and add a teaspoon. Like I said before, you can add some kaffir lime leaves to enhance the taste. Once I've added everything to the blender, just blend it to a paste. Our jalapenos were quite big, so I'm going to add 2 tablespoons water and then blend. In the traditional method, they hand pound all the ingredients in a pestle and mortar, and you won't need to add water. If you didn't add water while making the green curry paste, you will get about 5 tablespoons of green curry paste, which is for 5 portions. Or if you added water, divide the paste into 5 equal portions and use whatever that amount is per portion. The fragrance and the color is amazing. I have pulled out the tofu from the oven. As you can see, it's nicely and uniformly roasted. Right, let's prepare the veggies for the curry now. I have Thai pea aubergines. These are beautiful green berries. You only need about 10 of them. Pluck them off their stalk. And then I also have Thai aubergines or green brinjals. Just chop them into quarters. I have 3 kaffir lime leaves, and then I have 1 jalapeno pepper, which I'm going to cut, remove the seeds, and actually I'm only going to chop half of it because this jalapeno, like I said before, is really big. Now for the curry, I'm only going to show how to make 2 portion sizes. I have red pepper. This is not traditional in Thai cuisine, but I like it. Cut it like a box on all the sides, then remove the core and then slice them longitudinally into strips. I also found some Thai sweet basil in a supermarket. You will need about 2 stalks. Just cut the leaves off and chop them. I'm going to use some canned bamboo and water chestnuts in water. I'm going to use them to sort of keep that Thai vibe going. Let me show you how to make coconut milk and cream at home. I'm using shredded frozen coconut. You can also use fresh coconut. I've got 2 heaped cups roughly. I'm going to bring them to room temperature by warming in the microwave for about 2 minutes. My microwave is 1000 watts. Add the defrosted coconut or fresh coconut to the blender. Add 500 ml of water and then blend. I'm using the smoothie mode on my Vitamix. If you're using fresh coconut, just use warm water. Actually, you could use any blender for this purpose. Now to extract the coconut milk, I'm using a nut milk bag. This is cheap as chips, honestly. I tend to use the bag inside out so that the coconut doesn't get stuck into the corners. Pour the blended mixture and then give a squeeze to get all the milk out. Very satisfying. Now, whatever coconut meat is left over, put it back into the blender and then repeat the process again one more time. But this time collect the coconut milk in a separate bowl. This is the leftover coconut meat. I put the first round coconut milk in a glass flask and left it in the fridge for a few hours. And as you can see, the coconut cream is at the top and the water has settled to the bottom. You can gently remove the white creamy layer and that's the coconut cream. If you don't want to do that, just use a store-bought coconut cream. And of course for coconut milk as well, you can use the store-bought version. But they do contain preservatives because the coconut milk spoils very quickly. Finally, we're on to our green curry. So green curry is a coconut based recipe and we need coconut cream and milk for this. To a pan on medium heat, add 1 cup of coconut cream. Let it come to a boil. Then add 2 tablespoons of the green curry paste. I'm using heaped tablespoons to make up for the water I added to make the paste. Stir gently to dissolve. Again, to remind you, I'm showing you how to make 2 servings. Add kaffir lime leaves, 2 fresh or 3 dry ones. These beautiful aromas that are coming here is already making me hungry. Add 1.5 cups of coconut milk. I'm using the homemade version and use the second round coconut milk for this. Add all the vegetables except tofu and red peppers. If you have curry paste and coconut milk, as you can see, it only takes 5 minutes for the curry to be ready. Add the Thai brinjal, pea aubergine, bamboo shoots, and sliced water chestnuts that just came from a can. I'm trying to stick to local Thai veggies. Give about 2 to 3 minutes for the veggies to cook. Then add 4 teaspoons of red miso paste. This is in place of fish sauce. It is also good to add 2 teaspoons of soy sauce to complement the red miso paste to achieve that fish sauce flavor. If you don't have red miso paste, that's absolutely fine. Just skip it. Add 2 teaspoons of palm sugar. Now, Thai cooking tries to use all 6 different types of flavors where possible. Now, give a mix. Don't stir too much. Add in the sliced peppers. Oh, that's a nice contrasting color. I like that. Then add the roasted tofu that we did in the oven. Give it about a minute. Then add in the chopped half jalapeno and the chopped sweet basil. I'm telling you, you've got to be here in my kitchen to enjoy all these aromas. My whole kitchen is smelling so nice. Lemongrass, basil. Plating up, my favorite part. I have some jasmine rice that I've put in the middle of the bowl, and then I'm going to add the curry on the sides. Wow, so many veggies. Tofu, red pepper, green Thai aubergine, pea aubergines, jalapenos, water chestnuts, bamboo. Amazing. I'm going to top up with some sesame seeds so that I can improve its nutritive value further. And then some lovely red chilies which I've de-seeded. I'm just going to put one chili on the top. Oh, I love the color. What's Thai food if you don't add peanuts? So here we go, some peanuts. And then my favorite, fried onions, but you can also use baked onions. Wow, colorful, fragrant, yummy and nutritious curry. Enjoy. So I hope you enjoy making this beautiful and fragrant Thai green curry with tofu. I've used tofu because I like tofu, and it also makes it suitable for everyone, including vegetarians and vegans. You can use any protein instead of tofu. It could be chicken, shrimp, paneer, tempeh to mention a few. The authentic Thai green recipe actually uses chicken. Okay, now it's time to say bye, but before I go away, I want to give you my pro tip. In my pro tip today, like I promised before, we'll talk about variety. So it is important that we eat a variety of foods, particularly plants. The current recommendation when it comes to eating is to eat a whole food plant-based diet. This doesn't mean you have to be vegetarian or vegan, but you simply have to make an attempt to add more plants into your diet. We need to eat at least 30 different plants in our diet, and this includes not just fruits and vegetables, but it also includes nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, all your legumes and pulses as well. So it's pretty easy to get to the 30, I think. Why do we need to do this? It is because it gives us a variety of fiber that can help our good gut bacteria to flourish, and having a good gut bacteria is key to maintaining good health. So that's it for today. This is Vishwa signing off for Feed Your Body, Mind and Soul. Stay happy, stay healthy. Bye.